Hi, everyone. Kate Byars. Are we live? Yes. Founder of Corporate Women Unleashed. Excited about today's episode. On today's broadcast, we are talking about how to smell the roses. Now, if you're a high achiever, put a 1 in the comments below. If you have ever thought to yourself, I really don't know how to smell the roses, or if anyone's accused you of not being able to smell the roses. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just really take in the simple pleasures of life. And I don't know about you, but you may occasionally have one of those moments. Maybe it's a holiday, a birthday, a forced family vacation that sort of, it forces you to smell the roses. To just look around and you're like, oh, there's a small animal, a bird in the sidewalk. Oh my gosh, the beautiful wind that's blowing through the trees. Has that ever happened to you? Where you're like, oh, this is what life's about. And then your next thought is, I need to quit my job. I need to quit my job, right? And so let me just make sure I'm broadcasting here. Oh yeah, I am. Okay, good. Because you just revel in that and you think, I'm wasting my life working and I can't have these small moments. You can. It is difficult for high achieving women, especially, every woman I think is stressed and we've got a million things on our plates, right? But when you're a high achiever, you have a story in your head. You have a habit that has been acquired since you were quite small, where you are where work comes first. And it's not even just work. It could be anything. It could be the dishes. The dishes come before, looking at the bird on the tree. Making the bed comes before you can go out and enjoy something. So it's not just work per se. It is, I must be productive and do this thing first. And as soon as I can do it, then I'll relax. Have you ever felt that way? Right. And even when your husband or your friend or whoever says, I'll take the kids. And it's like, it doesn't matter, because I can't relax anyways until I get this email back from my boss, or I won't be able to relax until the house is clean, or whatever that compulsion is. And it's a compulsion. It's an addiction. It is something that's very difficult to change. And that is why so much of like what we teach is all based around science and human behavior, because it's when you change, you get the result you want, right? If we don't change, we continue to do things the way we've always done them. Status quo gets status quo. So I had a great example from this past weekend that I want to share with you that really talks about how to start breaking out of that habit and really learning to smell the roses, living in gratitude for where you're at, living in the moment for where you're at, while continuing to grow and strive, because high achievers, we're not happy unless we're growing and striving, correct? So I was working this weekend and I was away, and well, if you call that work, at an executive retreat that we sponsor for our executive elite clients. And at the end of the weekend, everyone was leaving, they were going to go jump on their airplane. And I actually was able to drive to where we're at. It's about 5 hours away from where I live. So I chose to drive. And of course, my first thought was, it was Monday morning. I need to jump in my car. I need to get packed up. Let's go. I got to get back to the office. I've got to get back to my husband and kids. I have all these things I need to get going. And it is, as you know, the little niggly compulsion started going. Come on, hurry up, Kate. Let's go. So first thing is you have to recognize it. And that's where most women don't understand. They don't even recognize it. You're just on autopilot because you've had these habits and these behaviors for so long. The second thing is you got to break the pattern, and breaking patterns are not easy. I'll be really honest. It's not like sometimes you'll do it and it happens for like a week or two, like a diet, and then you go right back to your old habit. You have to break it at the source. So because I've done that, I recognized it and I was able to say, wait a minute, Kate, do you really need to jump in the car? Because one of the activities that we had hoped to do was to walk to these ruins that were just beyond a waterfall near where we were at. We were out in this beautiful sort of sustainable community. And I thought, I really want to get to the ruins. We didn't get to do that. I want to do it. And I can. I don't have to get on an airplane. I am going to take an extra 30 minutes and I'm going to go to the ruins. That was a decision I made. So I pack up the car. I'm all ready to go. And I put on my sneaks and I hit the trail. And I noticed about 5 minutes into my walk, I am walking like this because I'm going to get to the ruins. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not what I really wanted. This is not this beautiful experience with nature. This is not me listening to the birds, looking at the trees, smelling, the wet earth from the morning dew. This was Kate getting to the ruins. And here I had taken this beautiful slice of life moment and I'd created what? Another project out of it, another goalpost, because that's what high achievers do. And I noticed it and I thought, wait a minute. And I wasn't even rushed. I didn't even feel like I got to rush and get back to my car to get on the road. I truly was like headed to the ruins. So I stopped myself and I was like, wait a minute. I don't have to rush off to the ruins. I don't have to make it to the ruins. Getting to the goalpost right here is not what's important. It's living in the moment. And that's what I'm forgetting. I am taking time out of my day right now, and I'm pouring it into my soul. I'm pouring it into my mental state. I'm pouring it into my emotional well-being. And I'm breaking that habit once again to help my mind remember the neural pathway I want it to go on, which is, how are you going to make this an amazing day? That's freedom, right? That's not the gilded cage. That's freedom. Choice. Choice is freedom. And I slowed myself down, and the trail's like very muddy and rocky. It's not really, there's parts of it you can't rush through anyways. And I slowed myself down, and I got to the base of this hill, and there's a beautiful like babbling brook and this gorgeous meadow. I mean, it's just like, it's picturesque. And I just stopped there, and I thought, this is far enough. I don't have to make it to the ruins. I just need to live in this moment. And I listened to the babbling brook. I did some cartwheels. I spun around. I just really said, I'm going to savor the moment, because that's what I need. And that's freedom. And then I turned around and I walked just casually back up the hill. And I just noticed, how many times did I go up, and how many rocks were there, and how much mud there was. These are these simple moments, guys, that we feel have been taken away from us since childhood. You know, do you remember when you were a kid and you'd lay in the backyard and just like watch fireflies, or you'd be out all day and just play with mud and sticks, and you're like, you didn't even know what you were doing, right? And we feel as adults that this has been taken away from us. And it has been, in the sense that, not because of all the responsibilities we have, because of the choices we make. And those choices are grounded in human behavior. Your human behavior can change. I have a high profile job. I have a completely insane, job. I have demands. I have a husband and 2 kids who are waiting for me. I have all the same thing that, everyone has. But I made that choice. And it was so beautiful, because not only did I make the choice to slow down and not jump in the car and go back to work as quickly as possible, or go to my home life as quickly as possible, I also made the choice that it was okay to not get to the ruins. And that, I think, was really that knife's edge, which said, now I have freedom. Okay. So learning to smell the roses is learning to smell the roses. And what most of us do wrong is, well, as soon as I get my job done, as soon as my boss gives me permission, as soon as I have this promotion, as soon as my husband takes the kids, as soon as the kids are older, as soon as the kids are off to college, as soon as we don't have dogs anymore, we come up with all these things, guys. Those are coping mechanisms. Those are excuses that we create for ourselves to soften what we don't like in life. Okay. And we all have them. We all have brilliant coping mechanisms of why we cannot change our behavior to choose the life we want. That's the gilded cage, though. When you believe you don't have choice, when you believe my job is so much different than your job, I am so much more of a VIP than you, I have different demands on me. And we hear it all the time. I mean, I hear women like, oh, I'm in accounting. I'm like, okay. I'm in client service. Got it. Oh, I'm in HR. I support a bunch of executives. My schedule's not my own. Oh, I work for one of the big 4. Yeah. I work for one of the big 10. Got it. I work for a toxic company. Yep. I work for a male dominated company. Yep. Guys, we hear it all day long. And those are just coping mechanisms that you have acquired to soften the discomfort of what you don't like in your life. So learning to smell the roses. I remember years ago, I was at a leadership training program. It was offsite, a week in the woods, and you got to do all this crazy stuff. And it was actually a very good program. And they said to me, you don't know how to smell the roses. And I just was like, I get what you're saying, but no, I don't. Like, I didn't even know how to start. I was like, what's the next assignment? I'm better at that. Because the assignment they gave me was to smell the roses. And I'm like, I don't really know what that means. What do you mean? And they were like, why don't you go like walk on a trail in the snow? Or why don't you go like chat with your neighbor just because? And I'm like, can I do that? Like, I just didn't even know. I just had no clue. I mean, all I did was work. I just like worked and like kept up to my home life and blah, blah, blah. So a lot of times you may not even know what to do. And sometimes that's the point. That's how bad it's gotten, right? You don't even know what to do to smell the roses. That's where you know that you've really gotten into some habits that aren't serving you, because that's not freedom of choice at all. All right. So I hope today's broadcast was inspiring. I hope it agitated you a little bit, maybe to make some change and recognize that the gift of this broadcast is that change is within you. It is not some external event that needs to happen. It's not some certain package of this or package of that, or this person needs to do this for you or that person needs to do for it. The change comes in you. It's being willing to think different, to act different, and to really value what's missing in your life. Because if you don't value it, obviously you're not going to make the change. So smelling the roses within a demanding career, within a full, robust life, within all the stress and the demands of a VIP experience, absolutely possible. We see it every single day. So I leave you with the gift of that. If you are interested in more on this topic, I invite you to watch a free presentation we put together. It's a little bit longer. It's about 40 minutes. You can watch it at your leisure. If you register for it, we'll put the link below. And you can't watch it at the time, then just, wait. I think we send you a replay or something. So you'll get a recording and just see. We share with you 4 of the top strategies that we share with our clients on how to disconnect, how to live a balanced life within a highly demanding career, how to take charge of your career and start navigating it so you can have the life you want. So I invite you to watch that. Again, we'll put the link here. And again, my name is Kate Byars. I'm the founder of Corporate Women Unleashed. It has been my pleasure to hang out with you today, and I'll see you next time.